At Wind River Resort and Casino, we like to celebrate life's little moments. Oh, and the big ones too, because around here, when you're completely in the moment, that's when the magic happens. Come in and find your moment at Wind River Resort and Casino.
Good morning, everyone. I'm meteorologist Mike Krueger. Good morning to you, and Tracy Sackett checking in this morning saying good morning. We've also got Lisa Stevens who's checking in saying good morning all. Hoping you all have an amazing Thursday. We've also got Jerry Smith-Bell saying good morning. So a couple of you early risers checking in with me, and of course you can get this beautiful view here looking out at Mount Shasta off in the distance. This is from our newest sky cam here at Weather NorCal. And hey, just a side note, we've got 2 more on the way. We will have details on where those cameras are going, but this one is on top of Divine Restaurant, of course, the sponsor of this camera. I want to thank Kenny Elwood. We've been working closely together to try to really coordinate and get these cameras going, and we got the first one up and running last week, and we've got more to come in the coming weeks, so stay tuned for that. But beautiful sunrise shot coming up and looking out at Mount Shasta this morning. Some beautiful colors coming up, but not much in the way of cloud cover out there this morning. Let's take a look at your Krueger's Quickcast for your Thursday, April 23rd. A little chilly to start off the day, but not too bad. In the valley, we're looking at in the mid-40s on average, and in the 30s and 40s for the higher elevations. Low 40s for the coast this morning. Now out the door, yeah, you may need that light jacket as you're going for that walk or taking your dog out for a walk, but overall, looking at dry conditions. This is going to be the driest day of the week before we start to see some changes as early as tomorrow, but especially going into the weekend. There's the big picture here, and you can see the void of clouds, but more clouds coming in from the south and west. That's going to impact us for Friday and through the weekend. Let's take a look at this afternoon, and beautiful, beautiful weather, sunny skies with the exception of the low clouds kind of hanging out along the coast. And the winds are a little breezy at times, but nothing unusual. We're talking about 15, maybe 20 miles per hour from the north-northwest in the valley. That's midday, and then by the afternoon, evening, those winds will start to die down. Chances for rain are best on Sunday, but we could see on either side of that a chance for showers in the valley as well. But this is not going to be a major event as far as rain and even thunderstorms are concerned, but there is that potential, and we'll get into that in our deeper dive here in just a bit. But beautiful, beautiful spring weather today. Temperatures mid, maybe some upper 70s in the valley, 60s and 70s for the higher elevations, and upper 50s, low 60s for the coast. Tonight, not much change here, keeping it in the 20s and 30s in the mountains, mid 40s for the valley tonight, and looks at the coasts, much like we're seeing this morning in the low 40s. So here's your 7-day outlook. Dry today, tomorrow. However, Friday, as we look at our futurecast and deeper dive forecast, we may be talking about showers in parts of the valley Friday. But I think the better chances will be late afternoon, early evening, especially for the north end of the valley on Saturday. Better chances across the board for showers and thunderstorms here for the valley on Sunday. And keep in mind, anything we do see in the valley is going to be mainly late afternoon, early evening, even to the overnight hours. Stray showers on Monday, but then drying out for Tuesday and Wednesday. Now, the coast and inland, I don't have any raindrops for you at all. I think you may dodge all of this activity altogether through the weekend and early next week. Trinity County, I think you may dodge a lot of this as well, but eastern Trinity County may see some activity. But for Siskiyou, Modoc County, Eastern Mountains, tomorrow even is a chance, but especially for Saturday, Sunday, and then Monday, maybe a few lingering showers drying out for Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. All right, that's a look at your Krueger's Quickcast. Let's take another look at those cameras, and once again, we take a look at our Weather NorCal Sky Cam, sponsored by Divine Restaurant, and you can see beautiful, beautiful sunny skies that we have out there. I mean, even look at the river, and it doesn't look like there's a whole lot of wind, so fairly calm winds to start off the day here. Let's take a look at Main Street, Chico now, and you can see the traffic is flowing along there. We've got the mainly sunny skies there as well. This is looking at Highway 99 at Neal Road, off in the distance. You can certainly see those sunny skies out there. Taking a look at Crescent City Harbor District this morning. Clear skies. Looks like a little bit of a marine layer way off in the distance, but sunny skies nonetheless to start off the day in Crescent City. This is Bald Hill West. We do have some of the low clouds kind of lingering in the area. And by the way, let's take My microphone went out. This is Elk Country just north of Trinidad. Looks like we've got some pretty nice start to the weather there as well. Taking a look at Soda Ridge this morning. Boy, it almost looks like a fire there on the right side of the screen there, but that is just some beautiful colors coming in from that sunrise there. And we take a look at Fort Jones. Yesterday, fog. This morning, not so much. And Lassen Park has some snow. We definitely saw a good amount of snow, but already beginning to see a little bit of that snow melt. You can just see signs and hints of the bench out on the left side of the screen there. I think that by later today, we are going to see most, if not all, of that bench by tomorrow morning this time. Hey, by the way, as you know, we've got sponsors here at Weather NorCal, and none of what I'm doing would be possible without our sponsors. So I want to thank Wind River for their support of sponsoring Coffee with Krueger since day one. You know, a lot of great things going on at Wind River, by the way. As you know, if you already have tickets, you know what I'm talking about. Sunday, you may be very excited about this. Sunday, April 26th. If you didn't know about it, you can still get your tickets. All you have to do is go to windriver.com and you can get your tickets right there. Doors open at 6:30. The event starts at 7:30. That's going to be on Sunday. So be sure to check out that. Speaking of Sunday, we got a Sunday brunch. That's not going to be until May 10th, though, but you can plan ahead and get your tickets early. Purchase your tickets right there. All you have to do is go to windriver.com. You'll be good to go. Once again, I want to thank Wind River for their support of Coffee with Krueger and Weather NorCal in general. All right, let's take a look at our weather headlines. Dry and warmer for today. Unsettled pattern returns as early as Friday. Yes, tomorrow we could see some more showers and thunderstorms popping up. We'll get into that here in just a bit. Isolated showers, thunderstorms over the weekend, and it may be a bit unsettled as we go into next week. All right, let's get into our deeper dive forecast. And the deep dive forecast is really when we just get into the meat and potatoes of the forecast, right? We really get into it. The Krueger's Quickcast, the whole idea of that is for those of you that are in a hurry, don't have the attention span to really stick around for a longer forecast, but this is when we really get into even the long range as well. So let's start off with the temperatures out there. You're going to walk out, may feel a little chilly. You may need that light jacket at the very least for the valley with mid-40s there. Much colder in Alturas at about 31. You're below freezing. Below freezing in Wairika at 30, 33 for Susanville. Chester about 29, and we've got those low 40s for the coast. So big void of clouds over the Northern California region. However, we are seeing some of the low clouds and fog that we probably will see here if it's not there already. Definitely seeing some of that coming in later this morning and afternoon. Let's take a look at the big picture. That's how I'd like to kind of start things off, just kind of give you an idea what's going on here. So you see right here, this trough is going to be kind of digging down to the south and west, but we'll also have an area of low pressure that will develop and move into central and southern California. The combination of the two will give us more of that cooler and more unsettled weather pattern. Now, as early as Friday, we may see some activity, but there you can see Saturday and Sunday, a chance for showers. Now, the latest forecast models are backing off on even the chance for rain on Monday. I'm keeping that in the forecast for now, but that may change as we continue to see more consistency. Then by next week, watching this area of low pressure right here. Over the last few days, it has been much more aggressive in bringing it farther to the north. That, if that happens, if it goes a little bit farther to the north, then we do have a chance for showers through at least the middle of next week. But as of right now, it looks like it's going to stay to our south, and that means drier and even warmer conditions for us. So let's take a look at Futurecast. You got a show and shine today? You are in perfectly good shape. Take a look at this. Through the day, sunny skies. There's some of the low clouds and fog along the coast. By tomorrow, see how we're starting off clear? But by midday, look at this. Pop-up clouds. It's going to be your typical afternoon cumulus clouds developing in the mountains. Still a little bit of fog and low clouds along the coast. But watch what happens as we go into Friday afternoon. Kind of pops up. Now, when we were looking at the HRRR earlier during Krueger's Quickcast, it had already by 5 p.m. some of those rolling into the valley. I don't know if that's going to happen. I don't know if we have enough moisture, number one, and energy for that to happen. But I do think that just west of the valley, including parts of Trinity County, could see some of these clouds here. Some of those could develop into a shower or a thunderstorm. Most of it will be in the northern Sierra here by the time we go into tomorrow afternoon, tomorrow evening. And you know what? We can't rule out a little bit of activity into Modoc County as well. And maybe even parts of Siskiyou County too. But the valley, I think, should stay dry. Cool April nights cruise, I think you're okay. I think you're okay for now. Now let's take you into your Saturday. So Saturday, we actually start to see some clouds begin to move in. So we're going to call it partly to mostly cloudy. Now, you're going to wake up Saturday morning. You're a big Cool April Nights cruise fan, right? And you look out the window like, oh my gosh, it's going to rain. No, it's not. We're not going to see rain on Saturday morning or even through midday. There's midday. But it's the late afternoon, early evening. We may see a stray shower developing for parts of the valley. But you can see just how insignificant it is. Could we see a stray thunderstorm develop, though? That's not out of the question. But I think most of the activity, as you can see here, is to the north and northeast. By the way, take note. Dry. Dry both Friday and Saturday. But look at this. As we go into Saturday night, see how now we have that potential. So as we go into the evening hours, the north end of the valley will have a better chance for showers and maybe some thunderstorms. And then some heavier activity to the east. Bernie, right? You're seeing some thunderstorms. Could even be looking at some snow in the higher elevations of Lassen County. And really, Lassen County looks to be getting hit pretty hard with some of those thunderstorms. Then we take you into midnight. So Saturday night into Sunday morning, some snow. We'll have to watch for chain requirements there. And then we go into Sunday morning, leftover snow, leftover activity, but overall we're starting to kind of dry things out. But Sunday afternoon, look what's happening. More clouds, more chances for showers and thunderstorms. So by late afternoon, early evening, we've got a potential for, I think, everyone in the valley seeing a potential for showers and thunderstorms. To the north, showers and thunderstorms, and I think even off to the east as well. But again, take note. Trinity County, Del Norte, Humboldt County, dry. There's a very good chance you may dodge all of this. And then going into Monday, maybe a chance for a few lingering showers. When we have scattered showers, I feel as though it's a disservice to show you forecast rain totals, but this is kind of where the main bullseye is, where I think most of the activity will be. North end of the valley, eastern Shasta County, Modoc, Lassen, and even Plumas counties. I think these areas will see the most amount of rainfall with these disturbances that push through. That might just be some drizzle. That's it. But otherwise, dry. I think west of the valley may be able to dodge a lot of this activity. Now, Trinity County, you're going to be borderline. So Weaverville, Hayfork, not out of the question for you to see maybe a few showers. But as you head to the south, I think your chances for rain are going to be slimmer, even as we go into the late afternoon, early evening hours. All right, take a look at the snow. Yeah, again, that bullseye of where we're seeing most of that snow. Not a ton of snow, as you can see here. We're getting the darker shades of blue, 4, maybe 6 inches of snow for some of the highest mountaintops. But otherwise, just trace amounts of snow there. Not a lot, but snow nonetheless, and that may impact some of your higher mountain pass travels, especially in Plumas, Lassen, and possibly even Modoc County. That would be Saturday night, Sunday morning, by the way. So winds, let's take you into your, this afternoon, that is. Not that bad, right? A little breezy as we go into the midday hours. There you can see Friday, midday, coming in from the south, a bit of a westerly wind off towards the eastern mountains for the coast, coming in from the north. Nothing major, though. Winds do pick up, though, on Saturday from the south. Upwards of 20, maybe close to 30 miles per hour in the valley, a little bit stronger off to the east with more of a westerly flow of winds there. Then we take you into your Sunday, and I think we'll probably see another repeat of that, although maybe not as strong, but still a little gusty south winds for the valley, west winds off into the eastern mountains. Okay, so your 10-day trend, their temperatures are dropping as we go into your weekend. They go back up for early next week, toward the end of next week, and into that next weekend above normal temperatures. Haven't been able to show you lake levels for a while, but now the data is beginning to kind of show back up. A lot of missing data for the last few days. So what's the latest? Well, there you can see the elevation. We have seen mostly increases over the last 24 hours, and no surprise here, still well over 100% of that historical average. And the wave heights, they're actually expected to drop a little bit here on Friday. So we don't expect any small craft advisories or anything of that nature. Just those winds coming in from the north at about 10 to 15 knots. So a little breezy out there may make things a little more choppy. As you can see from the northwest, 7 feet at about 12 seconds, but No advisories. Here's your neighborhood forecast, sponsored by Dignity Health and Grange Co-op. We're going to start off with Trinity County here, where temperatures today should generally be in the 70s. So I've included the chance for showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. The farther west you go into Trinity County, the slimmer the chances of any rainfall whatsoever over the weekend. So I think Weaverville, Hayfork, you're kind of borderline. I think places like Burnt Ranch, High and Palm, Mad River, even Ruth, you should, for the most part, stay dry through the weekend. But places like, say, Trinity Center, Lewiston, Douglas City, Weaverville, borderline, right? And then heading eastward, east of Ruth, maybe a chance for showers and thunderstorms. And then maybe some lingering showers Monday, drying out Tuesday, Wednesday. Now, for the North Coast, this is a different story. I'd say inland and coast, notice not a drop of rain coming in from any of these clouds, because I do think that all of Del Norte, all of Humboldt, even western Siskiyou County may dodge all of the rain that we're going to see here as we go into the weekend and even into early next week. But Siskiyou County, different story, right? Saturday and Sunday, I think you've got a chance for afternoon and evening thunderstorms. Monday, a lingering shower, drying out Tuesday, Wednesday. Same song and dance for Modoc County. I think you're going to see that chance for thunderstorms over the weekend, lingering showers Monday. Keep in mind, a lot of this activity is going to be in the afternoon hours. However, Saturday night, Sunday, yeah, you're looking at some snow in the higher elevations. But otherwise, today, you're dry. Dry across the board. But I'm talking about chances for showers and thunderstorms over the weekend. We can't forget about today, which is absolutely gorgeous. Temperatures mid, maybe some upper 70s for some of the warmer spots in the valley. Now, when we talk about chances for rain, I'm going to hold off until Sunday before the south end of the valley sees any chances for showers. And then that's the case for Chico, obviously. And then we warm and dry things out as we go into Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. All right, we take you up to the north. Beautiful spring day. Get out and enjoy that beautiful sunny day out there. Now, as you can see here, Friday, I've got you dry. However, we saw that on Futurecast. There's a chance that by evening, we may see a stray shower. Saturday, for the big event, you're dry through at least the early afternoon hours. Late afternoon, early evening, chance for showers, thunderstorms, and that'll continue the overnight hours. Sunday, mid to late afternoon, chance for showers and thunderstorms, and then we dry things out, but still a chance for a few showers Monday, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, you're dry as well. So again, there's kind of a bigger perspective of that 7-day forecast with those late afternoon, early evening showers on Saturday. Now, I don't have any wording or any showers in there for Friday, but just take note that I'm going to be watching that closely here as we go into Friday. Curtis is asking, how about those winds? He's asking, what about those winds on Friday? Friday won't be that bad. Let's take a quick look. Let's go into the winds here. Take a quick look for you. Here we go. We're just going to go into the edit mode here. There's Friday. So Friday midday coming in for you. Looks like west of Red Bluff. Those will be coming in from the south-southeast, 10 to 15 miles per hour. And then we progress it through time into the afternoon. They actually kind of pick up a little bit. Looks like a bit of a south wind for you, 15, maybe 20 miles per hour. So they may progress and get a little bit stronger for your Friday afternoon. And then, of course, for Saturday, even stronger. Sunday, a little bit stronger as well. So there you go. There you go. Glad to help. That's what I'm here for, right? We can ask questions and everything's good. All right, so good morning. How's the weather looking for the big show and shine Saturday? All right, well, I just went into that with Futurecast, but we'll get into that again. Let's just, for those of you that are kind of checking in. So Hannah's asking how Saturday's looking. Let's talk about Saturday. First of all, let's take a look at Friday. Look at Friday afternoon. See those thunderstorms popping up west of the valley? I think for the cruise, we're okay. Let's do that. I think for the cruise, we're going to be okay. But look at Saturday. Saturday, some clouds. Now, here's what I'm going to say about Saturday for the big show, right? So Hannah's asking this, and I'm sure many of you are asking this as well. For the big show on Saturday, we're going to wake up on Saturday morning, and you're going to see the clouds, and you go, whoa, is it going to rain? No, it's not going to rain. Then you go into about 2 p.m., you're like, okay, it's still mostly cloudy. There'll be some breaks in the clouds, but it'll be mostly cloudy. And then look at this. So by 5 p.m., and let me check when, I don't even know what the exact times are for the big show. What is the big show? It's on Saturday, right? So let's see here. Let's load more. Saturday, Rise and Rev, Civic Auditorium, view details, National Anthem. Okay, so Cool April Nights, Circle of Champions show and shine is on Sunday. And Sunday we'll see it better. So it says it starts at 9:15, but it doesn't say how long it goes. The cruise, all events, show and shines, Reading Civic Center. Well, see, it just sometimes it's kind of hard to see, isn't it? Yeah, oh, the big show. Let's go. Big show. There's registration, day of show participants, spectacular directions and parking. I don't see anywhere where it says when it's over. It probably says it on the tickets. I don't know. Maybe I'm just being a curmudgeon and just can't figure something out here, but oh my goodness. I'm going to spend all day looking for it. Bottom line is this, okay? Because I can't even figure out when this thing ends. I'm assuming 5, 6 o'clock it'll be over. I don't know. Don't quote me on that one. I'm not even going to come close to trying to tell you exactly because I don't want to give you false information. Maybe someone else knows. Maybe one of you knows. Does anybody know when the Cool April Nights closes, when they're done on Saturday? Put it in the comments. All right, Hannah, let's get to your question. How does the big show look like? All right, so as I got sidetracked, as I looked for the last 20 minutes looking at how to when it's over, let's take a look. Maybe just an old guy, can't figure out the internet, I don't know. All right, so 8 o'clock in the morning, Saturday. You're waking up, you're seeing the clouds, no rain, but it may be a little chilly out there. Then we go into midday, nothing to worry about. You're out at the big show, you're fine, right? We go to 3, 4 o'clock in the afternoon, should be fine, but this is when we start to see showers and thunderstorms begin to pop up, especially in the mountains. Now let's take you to 5 p.m. Saturday. I think this is when people are kind of wrapping things up and they're heading back home, right? So I think for the most part, we're good. Now look what happens as we go into the evening, all right? So now we can see the potential for a shower passing through, maybe even a thunderstorm for the Reading area around 6, 7, 8 o'clock in the evening. And look at that up to the northwest or northeast, out in northeastern Shasta County around Bernie. Pretty hefty thunderstorm activity there. Then we go into about 8 o'clock. Yeah, Reading can still see some of those showers. But you see that little bullseye, then by then we're done. Right, so there you go. There's your answer to the big show. All right. Okay, the big show and shine is 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Okay, there you go. So by the time 4 p.m. rolls around, thank you, Hannah, for that update, by the way. Let's put that out here. So Hannah's saying, yeah, the big shine is from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m. Thank you for giving me that information. So now we know that. So yes, from 7 a.m. to 4 p.m., dry. Maybe a little cloudy. There may be some breaks in the clouds. You may want to bring a light jacket, but I think you're okay. And that will be the extent of that. So there you go. Yeah, that's what I love about this. People can ask questions. What you got? What do you want? What do you want to know? Let's get you to it. Otherwise, let's wrap up the show for this Thursday. And we're going to wrap it up with this. A beautiful view from our newest addition to Weather NorCal, and that is a Skycam, which will eventually, I'll be able to call a Skycam network. Yes, because we are going to be putting up new cameras here in the coming weeks, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Otherwise, of course, you can see this camera, which is sponsored by Divine Restaurant. Thanks to Kenny Elwood for his support of this project. And you can see looking northward, Mount Shasta off in the distance. Beautiful, beautiful spring start to the day and spring afternoon as well. So beautiful, beautiful. And let's go ahead and take a look now at some other cameras and wrap up the show and call it a morning. Be sure to keep checking out the latest forecasts. Ooh, that's a nice shot of Mount Shasta as well. Be sure to check in with the latest forecasts on weathernorcal.com, the free Weather NorCal app, and the 24-hour streaming channel, which is on Roku, Amazon Fire Stick, and anywhere YouTube is available. Have yourselves a great day, and we'll see you around.